Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Evening edition. I am smoking my Clement pipe here. This is a beauty, man. I love this pipe. I got this from Cedric up at Liberty Tobacco. Was one of his personal pipes. And I got it from him a while back. Man, I love this pipe. The grain on this is just, man, this is the straightest, most beautiful grain. It's gorgeous. And I love the shape of it. Taken me a while to get used to the way it smokes. Doesn't smoke like my 320s. It's a different style of pipe, so I was smoking it a little too aggressively, I think, when I first got it. It doesn't have the wide open smoking chamber that my 320s do. So when I was drawing in just this laser beam, smoke draw in, and it was biting me pretty good. And I wasn't smoking the right tobaccos in it either. But today I am smoking one of my own blends. This is Echoes of Lindisfarne. Echoes of Lindisfarne. This is a blend I mixed up back in September of 19. September of 19. So, and it smokes great. I love this stuff. And I got a nice full jar of it left here still. I've been letting it just kind of meld all together. Boy, it smokes good. It's a wonderful English wonderful. Truly wonderful. So I wanted to tell you about my very first experience smoking a pipe. I was 14. This was a really weird time in my life. It was Easter vacation week. And the week started off absolutely horribly. It was the Saturday, the beginning of Easter week holiday. And it was Saturday morning. There's a knock on the front door. I go to the door. I'm 14. There's two plainclothes detectives at the front door. And they want to talk to my sister. So I said, hang on a minute, let me get my dad. And I closed the door on him. And I called my dad out and I said, hey Dad, there's a couple of policemen at the front door. They want to talk to, my sister. And so he goes to the door and he opens it up and he says, how can I help you? And they asked, is your daughter here? And he said, yes, she is. And they said, okay, we need to talk to her. And so my dad calls my sister out. And they sit down on the couch with the police officers. The police officers proceed to tell my sister that her boyfriend had been murdered the night before. that he had been stabbed in his apartment 52 times. Well, the people who were friends with his in the apartment complex knew that she had been there that night. So they were worried that whoever hurt him may have taken Shirley with them. And of course, I'm sure she was a person of interest as well. So, they talked to her, and she said she had been there the night before. John had brought her home because she didn't drive, and he had brought her home, and he had gone home that night about 10 o'clock or so. Whatever time it was, I don't remember. I just remember when they had said that, when the police officers had said that her boyfriend had been murdered, my dad said, "Johnny, why don't you go outside and play?" So I had to go outside. So anyway, that week, these guys were on the loose. They didn't know who they were. They were on the loose. And my brothers and sisters, who were all 6, 7, 9 years older than me, they were all working during this week. My parents were working, so I was home alone. And I was scared to death being home alone. So I had all the drapes closed, all the doors locked, windows were closed, drapes drawn. I was scared to death these guys were going to come looking for my sister and find me at the house. So anyway, my dad for the Christmas that year had got a pipe and some tobacco, and he had a little, like 2 or 3 pipe stand with one of the, I have one in the house, I should have brought it out, one of the little glass humidors with the wood tops on it, and it was filled about halfway with tobacco. So I figured, I'm gonna have a pipe, because I'm, what else am I gonna do here? I'm scared to death. I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I might as well have a pipe, So I load up the pipe. I didn't know what I'm doing. I load up the pipe from just watching my grandfather. And my dad didn't smoke very much. He didn't, he was trying to quit cigarettes and figured he'd smoke a pipe, but he didn't care for it that much. So I loaded up the pipe. And it was an aromatic tobacco. It was probably like Captain Black or something like that. Got it from Tinderbox, so it was some kind of aromatic-y stuff. So I load that sucker up, and I light it. And I start puffing, and I know nothing about smoking a pipe. I got so green and so sick. I had the swaggy sweat going like Smoke Swag did, and I was green, man. I just thought I was gonna be so sick, and oh, it was horrid, man. I was sweating and my stomach was upset, and I just thought, this is horrible. How could anybody enjoy this stuff? And then I started thinking, they're gonna smell it. They're gonna smell it. They're gonna know I've been smoking. So I didn't know what to do. So I got the Lysol, because my mom always had a gazillion things of Lysol in the house, because I think she owned stock in the company or something. I don't know. And So I'm spraying Lysol throughout the house, which I think just made me more sick than the tobacco did. And to this day, I hate Lysol. But then I just went in and laid down because I felt like god awful, horrible sick. And I swore I'd never smoke anything ever again, you know. And I didn't for another 20 years. And but so that was my first experience with smoking a pipe. They caught the guys later that week. I think it was later that week. Eventually they caught the guys. And they went to prison. But that was by far the worst Easter vacation I ever had. Man, that was just scared to death, man. 14, and I just thought for sure they were coming to the house looking for my sister, and I was going to be there alone. My poor sister, she was a rock through that. She went to the trial every day, faced those guys down. I was proud of her. You know, I didn't really know what she was doing at the time. I do now, and she wrote John's mother back in Pennsylvania every day and let her know what was going on at the trial. Kept her up to date. Can't imagine going through something like that. I mean, somebody you are in love with and knowing what they went through. And then to be the mom and being, 3,000 miles away. But anyway, so that was my first experience smoking a pipe, 14 years old. Getting just sick as a dog. I mean, I got smoke swagged beyond belief. All right, guys. I will talk to you guys later on. I'll be out later on tonight, I'm sure. Do a late night one. I will catch you later. I love you guys. God bless each and every one of you. Be safe. Love you.